Hello. Are you back to work yet, or are you still waiting to open? Do you feel like you wish you had more support? We are facing the reality of our clients not returning right away and our job just not being the same ever again. We are facing new expenses and real financial burden.
Thank you for joining our community and accessing the ultimate guide for salon and spa professionals. 50 success hacks that will save you from an overwhelming amount of research, because we did a ton of research and we put it all in here for you to easily access in one place.
In spite of the fact that we have this new sense of responsibility, we still want to be able to maintain our high standards and continue to be top stylists through all of this. We'd like to help you do the same. My name is Kristen, and I needed to know exactly what the information was in one place. I wanted to know all of the rules and regulations so I could work with my clients to help them feel more confident. Being prepared really helped me with my stress level when I went back to work. I wanted to do everything I could to support my clients so that it's one less thing they had to worry about. I have been back to work and can relate to all of you on that.
My name is Rebecca, and I've been in the industry for over 21 years, and we are in unprecedented times. I was feeling like we had a lot of information, and keeping it organized was hard for me, even me, and I'm really an organized person. So to put it in one single place, not only for me to be able to access, but also to share with our community to really help us all to be able to recover more efficiently. No matter what your beliefs are about this pandemic, we are all facing uncertainty about what the future holds. If you're doing hair, I want to make sure you're thinking about you and what you need, as well as what your clients are needing. I've been closed since March 16th, and I can relate to you on that. Who is this guide for? If you're an independent hairstylist, esthetician, makeup artist, nail tech, or business owner in the beauty industry, we're not here to judge you. We know you're going to do what you got to do. We want to help you have the guidelines to be safe. We're not here to tell you how to do your business. We know that this is an emotional time for us. We feel emotional about it. Before you get started using this guide, make sure to read over how to use this guide section. Let's get started. Section 2, get grounded.
Whether you are off of work and have time, or you've been back at work and you are stressed and feeling overwhelmed, in this section, we are going to work on getting you more organized. Number 6, get real about what isn't working. If you are overwhelmed, you need to just start by getting everything out of your brain and on paper.
For this, we included an activity. You can use this technique anytime that you just aren't sure where to start. It will also help you take time to think of everything. First, start with your goal or what you want to accomplish. Then, without much thought, flush everything out that you can possibly think of pertaining to getting that done. Once you have everything out that you can think of, you can start to make a plan of when and how to do things. You'll also be able to see where any low-hanging fruit is, which is always a good place to start. You might have heard of this as brain dumping. Brain dumping has helped me immensely because my brain is going a million different directions at any given time. Number 7, set personal and professional goals. I was first introduced to setting SMART goals when I took a class from Franklin Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It has helped me to accomplish more, but I'd like to share a side benefit that I've found. At least once a year, I like to write out my personal and my professional goals. I know, like many of you, I can be really hard on myself for not getting things done and not doing enough. What I have found is that the next time that I sit down to write new goals, I review my past goals, and inevitably I've achieved things on my list. So it's been great to really prove to myself that I am doing a lot. I've also done this when I've had employees. We spend so much time talking about what's next and where we're going. But if you have your goals written out and you can review them, people can actually see what we've accomplished. So what is a SMART goal? Well, as an example, you might have a goal to lose weight. If you make a goal SMART, you might say something like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year, and in order to do that, I need to lose about 2 pounds per week. Once you've determined your SMART goals, you can use the tracking sheet from number 5, which I love. Number 8, get your finances in order. Okay, so my last name is Nummer, and it means number in German, which is kind of ironic because I've had a touch and go relationship with numbers through my life. When I opened my business 6 years ago, I saw experts, hired professionals, and yet I was still lost. Finally, one day I met Gwendolyn Wright from the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center in San Francisco, and she put it to me straight. And it was some of the best advice I've received ever. She said that she's been a financial business consultant for a long time, and she's counseled countless women in business, and that most of the women that she talks to are looking for a professional to hire for these things. But she said, you never actually get it until you learn it yourself. And here's the key. It's going to be annoying at first, and you're going to likely resist and resent, but eventually your financial literacy will get stronger. So I still hire professionals, but now I understand what the heck they're saying to me. And I can better plan for the future with new tools in my tool belt.
Number 9, do a complete inventory count. This is where we make a shift. What does that mean to you? Is it in your salon? Is it what you have under your cabinet at home? Do you have a bunch of stuff in your garage? Do a complete life inventory.
For me, it's been great not only to know how much I have on hand, but I've gotten rid of so much, both at home and in the salon.
Number 10, plan a work wardrobe.
I got a couple of dresses that look a little bit like lab coats, so I can wear something comfortable under it, like leggings and a tank top or t-shirt. It'll be really easy. I don't have to worry about what to wear, and I can just drop it into my laundry at work.
I really like that. I actually held aside pants that are stretchy jeans and super comfortable to move around in, and tops that aren't too short, and no real short dresses or short skirts this time around, because I found myself bending over and cleaning a lot more, like my chair bases, for example. And if your outfit needs readjusting a lot, you're just going to be washing your hands just that much more. Number 11, reduce your expenses. The first thing that comes to mind is to get rid of a luxury. No!
No. Before you go there, we've put a list of some things that might help you save money without self-sacrificing. Take advantage of every resource you're able to. You'll notice that we have checkboxes for you to check off as you finish them.
Number 12, increased cash flow. Once again, we've included boxes for you to check off as you do them. And it is real. We have to pay our bills. And how are you going to do that? I ended up selling clothes and vegetables out of my garden. I made cocktails to go for friends and clients and created a few homemade skincare and custom home fragrance items too, all just to get some cash on hand so I could walk over to Mr. Produce, that awesome fruit stand around the corner.
I work at a Sola, and they've decided not to charge rent during the crisis, which is amazing. That helped a lot. And that paired with number 11, reducing my expenses, has helped me a ton. One major thing that I did to get a little cash flow is that I sold $500 gift cards for $3.95, which is about a 20% discount. Now, you don't want everyone to buy those, so make sure you make it available for a limited time. But even just 5 people buying, it's like $2,000 in my bank account. Not bad. I could actually see myself using that technique moving forward in my business. When you're selling gift cards, as we recommend later in the guide, you don't want to spend all the money once it is in your bank account because you're going to need it later. For extra cash, I've also acquired some regular cat sitting clients.
Lucky number 13, check your insurance policy coverage. In this time of change, you might be tempted to do more business online, doing a house call, or want to sell at-home color kits. Make an exhaustive list of everything you're thinking you might be doing and send it over to your insurance company just to get some advice so that you're sure that you're covered for any decision you make.
Number 14, sign up for unemployment insurance. This will provide protection beyond the existing limits and coverages of your other policies.
Number 15, check out local, state, and federal COVID-19 specific standards and guidelines. Most states have their own standards and guidelines, and the Pro Beauty Association created a COVID-19 report, a clickable link here, reopening of state and local economies. BehindTheChair.com has also created a page where you can keep an eye on where each state stands on reopening. This also a clickable link. Number 16, download the most recent version of your State Board of Cosmetology Act and regulations. Your state might be updating more frequently than normal, so make sure you check at least quarterly for changes. Number 17, read guidelines and recommendations from the experts. These links here have a vast amount of information.
It might be a good idea in this section to set a timer for each. Otherwise, you could be down a rabbit hole that sucks your day away. Number 18, make SDS sheets available. Who has SDS sheets? I don't think I've ever worked in a salon that had them available. What is an SDS?
SDS stands for Safety Data Sheets. My first experience with them was when we were inspected at a salon I worked at some 13 years ago by OSHA. That memory is forever burned in my mind. I looked it up and they are starting a crackdown on this and have more strict requirements post COVID-19. SDS are also for things you may not even think of, like the brand of hand sanitizer you're using, your cleaning supplies, and if you're using Shades EQ or Color Fusion, you need to have SDSs for both, as it is now an OSHA requirement to have these sheets in one place, whether they're collected in a binder or on a disc physically inside your business.
You might have more questions about SDS, so we've included a link to the Safety Emporium FAQs, where they go through an exhaustive list of questions.
Number 19, clean out your office.
Even if you don't have an official office, you probably have files. You'll always find stuff that you can get rid of and make room for what you need. I'm the type to get rid of a lot, but in spite of that, I force myself to look through everything, and I always find a crap ton to get rid of.
Number 20, clean up your computer. It's a real thing, and you may never finish, but always make an effort to clear it out once in a while, freeing up that precious space and getting rid of stuff you really don't need. Number 21, create more human connections. It is so great that we have technology now that we can actually be connected with people in so many ways, like Zoom or FaceTime.
I'm loving the fact that people are answering their phones again. I feel like I'm talking on the phone like it's the 90s.
I love the 90s and talking on the phone, and it has been so fun. Literally ask anyone I know, they'll vouch.
Number 22, be the expert in your field.
Education is the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Resources we've included in this list will help with clientele management, understanding the difference between cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitizing, along with business classes and so much more.
One of the classes we included was one that I created early in the shutdown, and it's a tool that I use that forever changed the way that I do business in the salon. And the class is free to you. Another great resource we included as a green salon, I was really excited to learn about Rejuvenate, which disinfects quickly, it's EPA and FDA registered, and it's eco-friendly.
I really enjoyed infection control and prevention and bloodborne pathogen classes from Aesthetics Accreditation International because it really helped me to understand and revisit viruses and disease. It helped me to feel more confident in what we're fighting against here.
I love that too. Some things I knew, but I totally didn't remember. It feels good to feel confident about it. We also included Michael Cole's book as a recommendation because it's a must read for any salon professional, and it's one of my all-time favorite salon tools.
In closing, once you finish this section, you'll be grounded in the facts. When making decisions, you can do it with confidence and ease.
And we want to hear, what are your challenges in this section? And what did you find yourself resisting?
We'd also like to know how you are doing and what your solutions have been. Connect with us via social media or in the comments below.
We created this guide for you, and it will save you from an overwhelming amount of research. It will take you some time to get through, and it won't be easy. So in this time, allow yourself the room to recover and even cry it out if you need to. How many of you have ever been through a trauma? Whether you've broken your leg and you're out of work for 12 weeks, or you've had a death in the family, or maybe you were asked to leave your last location. The list could go on. Running a business has so many moving parts, and you can sometimes feel overwhelmed and like you don't know where to start. So what if there was a resource you could access that would help you get organized and back on your feet? We created this guide right now because so many of us need the same kind of support at the same time. But really, it could apply to anyone looking for a comprehensive guide to running a business. Like most projects, it takes a village. Just as Ruth Bader Ginsburg says, if you want to be a true professional, you will do something outside of yourself, something to repair tears in your community, something to make life a little better for people less fortunate than you. That's what I think a meaningful life is, not giving for oneself, but for one's community. In the true spirit of that, during the pandemic, you've been at the forefront of our minds, and we've carefully and thoughtfully collaborated at how to best help you. And we've had a lot of help. We couldn't have done it without our graphic design team, marketing team, and business mentors and resources. In our conversations with outside sources, we were delighted in the responses that we got. Even professionals not in our industry were impressed this guide is based on business principles and has unbiased information. We made a commitment early on that we would only share information that's been actually put to practical application and has proven to be effective. And a cool thing is, we're not stopping here. Our next project will be a great follow-up to this, and we'll turn the conversation toward our customer to learn how to better handle difficult situations. Do you have a friend that comes to mind that could use our support? Please share the love and send them our way.